Hi everybody, it's Ryan, and what I want to do is put together a couple of videos that are going to help us out in our preparation for May when we get to go to Haiti and spend a great week kind of serving and worshiping with the Haitians. So one of the things that I know is going to be really important to help you maximize your time in Haiti is going to be learning at least a little bit of the foundation of the language that they speak so that we can hopefully make some relationships and make stronger relationships. So a lot of the Haitians are going to be able to speak English, but when we go out into the community, they're not going to be able to speak English. So we will have interpreters with us, but the more that you're able to understand and the more that you're able to communicate with the Haitians, the more doors and windows that's going to open and the stronger relationships that we're going to be able to form while we're there. So what I wanted to do was take about 5 or 10 minutes each week, put up a short video. I know everybody's kind of busy with school and work and that type of thing. But if you can just watch these videos and give a little bit of attention to trying to study the words that we're going to go over, it's going to pay dividends when we get to May and you guys are actually on the ground and you can understand a little bit. To see the look on some of the Haitians' face when they see somebody that they don't expect to understand Creole come out with a Creole phrase, it's pretty amazing. It's something that shows that we went the extra mile, that they matter to us, and that this trip's something that we really care about. So I want to go over some words, and I'm not expecting anybody to be fluent by the time we get down there, but the more you practice, the more that we get the chance to put these videos up, the better off you're going to be, and the more comfortable you're going to feel when you're out there able to talk to some people in their own language. So if you guys have not already, I think I've talked to a lot of you, and Bikey, I've recommended that you went out and downloaded the Bikey software off the internet. You can Google it. It's spelled B-Y-K-I, and they have a really great program. It's free. And it helps you to train for Haitian Creole. So it doesn't give you full sentences. I'll help you kind of get the sentence structure down. But what Bikey does is give you all the words that you might use in kind of a flashcard type of software. So you can go through flashcards, learn a bunch of words, hopefully memorize those words, and be able to use them in sentences with the structures that I'll provide to you. So today what I want to do is get into just a brief kind of the greetings that we would use in Haiti to greet people. So of course the first one that's important to know is hello. And Haiti is very similar to French. The French language is actually the basis for Haitian Creole. So Haitian Creole is French, it's kind of Spanish, it's a little bit of African, and it's all kind of blended up into one. So if you can speak French, you can probably talk to about 99% of the people that you'll come in contact with. And so you'll be set from that standpoint. So some of these words might seem just a little bit familiar to you. So otherwise, for the rest of us that don't speak French, this might be a little bit new for you, but you're going to be able to take this, use it on the ground. It's going to have pay great dividends, like I said before. So first word, hello, is going to be bonjour. So you guys can repeat after me if you'd like to. Bonjour. So good day, that's literally how it translates to. So good day, you would say that to somebody. If you see them earlier in the morning, before lunchtime, it's going to be good day. Now, if you see them in the evening or you see them later on in the afternoon, instead of saying bonjour, meaning good day, you're going to say bon wheat. So bon wheat. And bon wheat means good evening, essentially. So that's two ways you can say hello to somebody. That's a very formal, kind of traditional way that you'll say it. People will smile, they'll say bonjour back to you. Even if you do as I do and don't realize what time of day it is and actually use the incorrect greeting, it's going to be okay. They'll still smile. They'll greet you back. But that's two of the ways you can do it. Now, there's some slang in there as well that really gets people excited. So especially if you see some younger kids, teenagers, excuse me, like a lot of the people we'll be dealing with on the compound, if you say the phrase sac passe, that's basically saying to them, what's up? And so they really get excited. So if you guys say sac passe to them, they're going to know that not only did you take the time to try to learn their language, but you took the time to learn how they really do speak. So this is something that's going to make them very excited. So sac passe, what's up? So you say that very non-formal. Sac passe is you pass somebody on the street, they're saying to them, what's up? Now, if somebody says to you sac passe, your typical response would be nap boule. Nap boule. Na boule. Okay, so nap boule translates to basically what we would say if we were saying, hey, what's up? Nothing, I'm just chilling, or I'm hanging out, just here, That's kind of the equivalent. So sac passe is what you would say to them, and it's kind of saying what's up. Napule is what you would say in response. And that's what you'll hear a lot from them will be Napule. And then you can go on with your conversation, which we'll learn a little bit more of how to respond to that and keep that conversation going. One of the things that happened to me when I first went to Haiti was that I tried to study the language, but I was anything but fluent. So a lot of my conversations went, how are you? I'm good. And then it kind of hit a brick wall because I didn't know how to proceed from that point. But with hopefully with a little bit more preparation, we'll be able to go just a little bit further in our conversations with the Haitians. So again, first off, we got hello, bonjour, and that's good day. Now, if it's in the evening, we're going to say bon nuit. Now, if we are trying to use slang to some of the kids, and it doesn't mean that they have to be teenagers or kids. I mean, you can use it with other people. This would be in a formal setting. So if you were in a business meeting, which I don't anticipate us to be in, sac passe would probably be avoided. However, most of the people we see is going to be in a very casual setting, so sac passe is very appropriate. Sac passe is what's up. Nap boule, just hanging out, just chilling. That's the first 4 phrases or 4 words that are going to help you out in Haiti. So I do want to go through just a few more. I know I told you I'd try to stick to about 5 minutes. This one's going to be a little bit longer, but in the future we'll have a kind of a foundation and a basis. So hopefully we'll keep the videos a little bit shorter in the interest of time. If you want to say to somebody, how are you? You're going to say, Qui j'en oui est. Qui j'en oui est. Kijan, how are you? So, Kijan, oui est. If I see somebody on the street and I would say to them, bonjour, they would probably reply with bonjour. And I could say, Kijan, oui est, and they will probably respond with something to the effect of, they could respond with napule, even though that's more the casual greeting. You're probably going to hear something like bien being good. You might hear papi mal. Papi mal means not bad. Papi mal, in case you're trying to follow along at home. So let's go through that phrase again. If I see somebody on the street and I say, bonjour, qui j'en oui est? I'm asking them, hello, how are you? They would respond with bien, and then usually it's going to be followed with ayo mem. Okay, so I'll say that again because I know that kind of runs together. It's basically like the letter A, yo, mem, and they're saying, and you? So that whole conversation again, bonjour, qui j'en oui est? They reply with bien, et yo mem? So they're basically saying, I'm good, how about you? And to which you would respond with papi mal. You could respond with, papi mal meaning not bad. You could respond with bien. You could say muy bien, muy meaning very good. So that's going to be your typical thing. You guys will learn that because you'll say it over and over again. Everybody wants to talk to the white people, which they affectionately refer to us as blancs, B-L-A-N, meaning the whites. So in some places we go to, you might be the only white person that they have ever seen. Right around Borel, where we go, and in Port-au-Prince, that's not the case. They have a lot of white people coming in and out, but they refer to anybody that has light skin as being a blanc. So everybody will want to talk to you. If you are a female and you have long hair, soft hair, they will like to touch it. Don't feel degraded if you feel like they're petting you. It's just the differences in the culture, which we'll try to get into a little bit more in some other videos. A couple of other words that we can just go over really quick, and because I know this is a lot of information, I don't want you guys to feel overwhelmed, but I want you to be able to go back through and rewatch these videos. That way you can get that solid kind of foundation. So don't feel overwhelmed if what I'm saying to you is going in one ear and out the other. Just try to watch it a couple of times here and there, maybe write down the words. Another good tool that you can use sometimes is iGoogle Translate. So if you go to Google and you search for iGoogle or Google Translator, you'll be able to pick the language Creole. You can type in English phrases and get Creole phrases back. The problem is you won't necessarily know how to pronunciate what you're seeing, and some of the stuff doesn't translate literally. So for instance, not boule will actually translate into something to the effect of I want to burn you. That's not very pleasant, but what that actually means is not boule, I'm hanging in, would be what the Creole meaning would be. But if we translated that literally into English, it doesn't translate appropriately. So you have to be careful using iGoogle. If you don't know any better, sometimes you can get caught off with that stuff. So let's do a brief review, and then next video we'll get into asking what people's names are, asking about their family, asking about their kids, that type of thing, and it'll give you just a little bit more to build off of. So, hello, bonjour. That's in the morning. Now, if it's later on in the day, it's going to be bon wheat. So we ask them, hello, how do we say, how are you? Qui j'en oui est. Qui j'en oui est. How are you doing? So they would reply with something to the effect of bien, good. Now, they might say bien. Means me or I am. So bien. It's just think about it in English, in the English language. Somebody could ask you how you're doing. You could just say good, or you could say I am good. So either way, it kind of means the same thing. Bien, I'm good. Or muy bien, I'm very good. If they're really good, maybe they'll say that to you. You could also say papi mal, I'm not bad. And then they will reply. If you hear that ayomim at the end, they're asking you the question at that point. They're flipping it around, and basically they're not going to repeat how are you. They're just going to take what you had already asked them. Qui j'en oui est, answer it and say what about you. So the same interaction we would have 100 times a day probably, where we ask somebody, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Or and you? Literally translated, ayomim just means and you. So and you would respond somehow with papi mal, bien, muy bien, one of those responses that we talked about, letting them know that you're good. Or if you're really not having a good day, you can say mal, and that means bad, right? I'm not good, mal. So hopefully you guys are going to be having a good day every single day while we're in Haiti. So hopefully that won't be the response of choice. So, qui j'en oui est, how are you? Papi mal, not bad. Bien, I'm good. Muy bien, I'm very good. And then remember, if you want to really light up their day, especially in informal settings like we'll be in, sac passe, what's happening? How's it going? It's just a real casual kind of saying that we would say to our friends when we say what's up. And they would say, not boule, most of the time. So not boule, I'm just hanging in, I'm chilling, I'm hanging, very casual type of response. So just kind of go over these. This is going to be enough to keep you going, I have a feeling, to the next video. I'll try to put a video out at some point this week that kind of just goes over some of the stuff that we can expect in Haiti, some of the cultural differences that we probably did talk about on the phone as we had touch bases with each one of you, but maybe we missed out on it, and I just want to make sure that you're as prepared as possible for this trip so you can enjoy it as much as what Carla and I enjoy when we get to go there. So you're going to make some lifelong friends in Haiti with the Haitians, and hopefully you're going to come back a changed person for the better. So in the meantime, if there's any questions that you have for me, give us a call, give us an email. You guys have our information. Post it to the Facebook page. I'm going to start doing a devotional that's going to also be designed to help get us ready before we go. So help kind of shape our mind as to what we might see and how we can be as most beneficial as possible while we're on the ground in Haiti. So I'm going to keep you posted. We'll be in contact. A lot of good ideas have come out of our touch bases, and some supplies and ideas for projects have really come up. So we're working to try to organize what we need and who's going to go about kind of organizing, and which church or which team, which person is going to be responsible for trying to get what supplies, so we don't end up with a lot of the same thing. So just keep posted, keep looking at the Facebook page, and that'll be a good source of the information for everybody. In the meantime, though, if something comes up, pray to God, see if there's anything that He's showing you that is supposed to be done while we're on the ground there, because really we want to listen to Him. We're going to Haiti, but we're just His hands and feet, going to serve whatever purpose He needs us to serve when we're there. So as long as we keep that in mind, be open to anything, and we're open to anything, I think we're going to have a great time. I look forward to preparing with you guys over the next several weeks and a couple months, and the trip will be on us before we know it. So try to prepare as much as you can now. Before you know it, it's going to be time to jump on the plane, and then the week is going to be kind of a whirlwind for us. So have a great week. Hopefully we get some spring weather sometime soon, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. God bless.